Hello, this is Mad Cat, the angry egalitarian that discusses this and that. Today is another edition of Things Feminists Say. And remember, if everything is rape, then nothing is rape. Okay, come on, YouTube, disappoint me. Yep, it disappointed me. All right, because I keep putting YouTube on mute, and then once the video starts playing for y'all, it goes right back to volume. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so let's go ahead and start today's series of shows. Now, I know I usually do these on Wednesday. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I pretty much slept the whole day, but I'm going to try to make up for that today. So let's start with our first video. Student Club Night renamed after feminist petition. Let me try to zoom this up a little bit. Alrighty. So I'm decided to use a little bit of color coding today. Orange is just regular text, and teal is dialogue. The Students Association at St. Andrews University in Fife has changed the name of the weekly event in the University Union pool back to its original name of the BOP. The name pool has been introduced at the start of the term earlier this month after extensive renovations of the Union premises and was apparently an attempt to pull in more people. Well, you know, it's a little cheesy, but it makes sense. You call it pool to pull more people into whatever it is that you're doing. But a petition launched only on Sunday attracted nearly 500 signatures in little more than 24 hours, claiming that the name pool was officially stood for postgraduates and undergraduates loving life, was inappropriate and not inclusive to all students due to the sexual connotations of the word. Really? Pool has sexual connotations. Let's continue reading. Sigrid Jorgensen, who started the petition, said Friday nights in the Union are supposed to make everyone feel welcome, but due to the renaming of the nights, many people felt uncomfortable attending. By the word pool? What if it was P-O-O-L? Would you still have been offended? What about P-U-L-E? Pool. The name pool has a sexual nature. It makes many students feel pressured or uncomfortable and excluded from their union events. Even if that had a sexual connotation, which I'm not even really convinced that it does, how does that make anyone feel pressured or uncomfortable and excluded from it? You know that any word in the English language can have a sexual connotation to it? Hell, even YouTube itself has a sexual connotation to it. Hey, baby, want to check out my YouTube video? Oh, yeah. You could replace that YouTube with any word. How about the Scotsman? Hey, baby, want to check out the Scotsman? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say that with a straight face, but come on. Anything could have a sexual connotation. Let's continue reading. Still by this stupid person. The association LGBT officer, feminist society coordinator, and the well-being officer have received multiple complaints from many of students. Okay, so Erica Nageli said that she had added her name because of the idea of sexual conquest as a reason to go out was dangerous and objectifying to both women and men. Former student Carla Magarahan Currently, an admissions representative at the university said that the name suggested that the club night at the Union was only for those who wish to engage in casual sex. Is there casual sex going on in the Union Hall or whatever? Is that a normal thing? I mean, I understand that people have sex when they go to college, but do they rent out a multi-purpose room and be like, hey, we're going to have an orgy here? She said, as a student, I often found myself fighting a perceived elitist and exclusive reputation, a reputation that most St. Andrews will agree is not accurate. Yeah, you're against elitism, and that's exactly what you're fucking doing. Pool is problematic because of the expectation it places upon the people attending the event. Unless there's something in the event itself that's causing this, okay, maybe you have an argument. But the word pool doesn't... How can you be offended by pool? Do you get offended every time you see a door and it says pool? Do you get triggered when you see that? I guess you must, because, a friend of mine, Brandon, he felt sexually objectified when he was in the Taco Bell drive-thru, and the woman on the intercom said, please pull up to the next window. I can't blame him. I mean, if you're going to get offended by the word pull, then we should probably take pull off of every place in the fucking world because it fucking triggers you. You cannot be this fucking stupid. Oh my God. I mean, if the fucking club was called We Are Going to Rape Your Ass, you would have an argument. But it's just the word pull. Honey badgers are still live streaming. Okay. Such a title could lead to assumptions of sexual entitlement and people becoming assaulted, raped, and harmed as a result. No, they can't. It's just called pool. I deal with the prospective parents and students on a daily basis in my job role. I boast about St. Andrews as a wonderful place to study, a top academic center, in a safe, beautiful town. I would be embarrassed to tell them about this particularly ill-named club night. And the rest of this is just, I think, it messed up on me again. Oh, no, I didn't. But here's the kicker. Something that was pointed out to me is that pool is slang. Apparently for making out, that you're pulling someone when you make out with them or something, that it can have sexual connotations. But here's the kicker. They changed their name back to the original, which is called the bop. Bop also has a sexual connotation to it. It is British slang for a girl that gives blowjobs because her head bops up and down. So, I mean, bop would be a little bit more obvious as a sexual connotation. He didn't seem to have a problem with it before that. And in fact, changing the name from bop to pull seems like the right move. But at best, or at worst, it's a lateral move. And you're only complaining just to complain. You got 500 women to sign a petition for something stupid. This is what feminism is. You get insulted by a term. Well, guess what? There are real women out there who are being abused in this world. And instead of putting your effort towards them, you're putting your effort towards censorship to this stupid, idiotic, oh my God, you're so stupid. Just the name of it, pull. Oh, I can't wrap my head around this. You're offended by a common word. Because once again, anything can be a sexual connotation. Hell, the word feminist can be a sexual connotation. Hey, baby, you want to check out my feminist? Oh, yeah. All right, so moving on. And I'm not going to really read. Fuck you. I hate when it fucking does that. I'm not going to really read this one in too much detail. U.S. government says it will now use the term sexual rights in discussion of human rights and global development. So let me get this straight. Using the word pool, which might have a sexual connotation, that's horrible. But the term sexual rights, that's perfectly fine. Even though it directly has the word sexual in it. Wouldn't you think that sexual rights might be a bit more offensive to these people who think that a common word such as pool? Sorry. I've never heard the name the song She Bop. Time Like, as in She Bop? Is that where the song came from? I don't know. I mean, feminists, if you're going to be this stupid, at least be consistent, honestly. But of course, feminists wouldn't have a problem with this because it mostly caters to them anyways. But it's mostly that they don't want to identify just the gender issue, but also the sex issue. So, kind of went through that a little bit fast. So, I'm going to jump to the next article here. Tom Hiddleston gets naked for feminism and other actors should follow his lead. Okay, that's just weird. If you didn't call yourself a feminist before today, it's time for you to seriously consider joining our ranks because Tom Hiddleston, star of so many of my dreams, is about to put all of us in our place about the portrayal of women in major motion pictures. So, if you weren't a feminist today, you should become a feminist, not for any gender equality reasons, not for the fact that there are some women in this world today that are abused. No. The number one reason is because Tom Hiddleston, Loki from the Avengers, is going to get naked in his new film, Crimson Peak. When asked why he decided to go ahead with all of that nudity, Hiddleston revealed it was because of his dedication to feminism. Fuck you, you fucking loser! Because it's so common to see women naked in films, Hiddleston said he feels it's only fair that men should shoulder some of that clothes-free burden. And I'm not going to watch that stupid video. Oh. Why did the honey badger start early? Wow, I'm a little bit out of the loop. Thank you, Chris Russ. He just let me know that the honey badgers apparently were filming right now. I usually turn off my Skype, so maybe that's why I didn't know. So, well, let me go ahead and finish reading this right now. In other words, Tom Hiddleston got naked because of feminism. Swoon. Hiddleston said that it seemed unfair to him that women were naked, more naked than men were in movies, and that he wanted to redress the balance. Okay, this is just idiotic. You know, it seems to me he's taking something that he was already going to do and found a way to give it a feminist connotation of, oh, well, I'm going to get naked. Why don't I just go ahead and do it for feminism? Not because it's my job, that this film actually requires it. And like, oh, well, women always have to be naked in films, especially Disney animations. But it's about time for men to get naked in films. Here's the thing. Excuse me. Here's the thing about nudity. In our culture, we value the female body. No matter the shape of it, we value the female body. In fact, there are feminists out there who are disgusted by anyone who doesn't think a fat chick is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and that men don't get a right to judge a woman based on her physical attributes. Okay? Men and women love women. Okay. However, women are the only ones who enjoy male nudity, but only in specific circumstances. And usually the person has to be in great shape. Men really don't want to see other men naked. Now, the other kicker is that men generally go topless in films. Women will occasionally go topless. But the thing is that neither gender shows their genitalia. It's actually very uncommon to find a film that actually shows a vagina. And even if there was a film to show it, there's less likely chance you could find a film that showed a penis. But you know what? Maybe other actors should... Oh, hold up. Maybe other actors should jump on this bandwagon. So I call out to all of these actors to go ahead and get naked for feminism. I want these actors to take off their clothes on screen. I want them to show their penis to feminists, because you know what? They swoon over Tom Hiddleston. Why not these others? So I call out Kevin James, John Goodman, Artie Lang, William Shatner, and Wayne Knight. Feminists, if you want to put your mouth, if you really want to put your foot where your mouth is, I think that's the right saying. I'm kind of like off the top of my head right now. Here you go. Here's a list of men that I want to have them get naked for feminism. If you think it's good for Tom Hiddleston and that other actors should follow his lead, then here's a list of some fat actors. Damn, I'm getting through these pretty quickly. All right, so maybe this will be the last one I'll do, because the next one is actually going to be on the honey badgers themselves. I'm not really going to read this one here. There's just one part about this. This is basically a feminist article about how the world is very misogynistic. And I wasn't even going to do this one until I saw a very specific part. And I'm going to read this for you and see if you can discover what the problem with this is. In 2014, Elliot Rogers murdered 6 people in Isla Vista, California, because he couldn't garner the affections of attractive women. He began by writing that he felt he deserved the attention of women, and then he moved on to throwing coffee onto women who ignored him. Later, he would attempt to push women off the ledge in anger, and finally his misogynistic hate cultivated him, murdering his roommates, 2 women outside a sorority, and another student before eventually turning the gun on himself. Yes, money where your mouth is. Thank you for that, Yekonomio. No. Yeah, I probably butchered your name up on that one. Sorry for that. Now, did you notice where the problem is here? Let me read that last bit again. Murdering his roommates, 2 women outside a sorority, and another student. See, this is one of the main problems with feminism, and the whole Elliot Rodgers really showcases this. Feminism ignores male victims as much as possible because it doesn't fit their narrative. Elliot Rodgers killed more men than he did women, and yet they always state that his attack, his killing people, was driven by misogyny. And this whole article is filled with this whole men are evil and oppress us. Even 2 paragraphs down, it talks about the doxing of and harassment of Anita Sarkeesian, Felicia Day, and Brianna Wu. And treat it like only women receive this kind of harassment. And it still just sickens me to this day that feminists refuse to recognize the male victims. He killed 3 men with a fucking knife. 3 men. Not with a gun, with a fucking knife, which means he had to be close and personal. Yes, he shot at 2 women in a group of women, which is still bad. But killing with a fucking knife, I mean, that takes some serious anger. I mean, anyone can pick up a gun and start shooting it. But a knife, I think, is just so much worse of a crime. And then he also shot 1 other random guy. 4 men, 2 women he killed. And yet this cunt can only mention 2 women. This is the problem with feminism. You know, if you're going to give your facts, at least get your facts right. So I guess that does it for me today. I'm still very, flabbergasted that the word pool has more of a sexual connotation than the word bop. And of course, doesn't seem to bother them that sexual rights is now a thing. Tom Hiddleston, let's get naked. And let's get a lot of fact actors to join them. So that does it for me. I am going to be doing another video right after this. And it's going to be a doozy, so please join me for that. It'll be around 5 minutes after I stop this one. I have to break these videos up or else they last for hours. So it's just some articles that appeared recently talking about the honey badgers. Also, check out my Patreon. There's a link down below for that. As always, I'm going to be doing videos anyways, but if you like what I do and you want to help support me, I am trying to raise money for medical costs. And I could go and do a GoFundMe or an emergency fund or something like that, but I'd rather work for any donations people give me. I was talking to someone this morning about post-concussion syndrome, and there's quite possibly a medical treatment that I could get that might actually help me either get better or get on disability, but it's an expensive thing because insurances don't really cover it. So that's what the money will be for. But if there's anything left over, you know, I'll get insurance and I'll also try to improve my video quality. But once again, link down below. Join me in about 5 minutes for my next video. I also have a special video this Sunday with End Feminism, and we're going to discuss a couple of articles like I do here. So anyways, that does it for me. This is Mad Cat signing out.